where the basin is big enough to hold 21 boats at the same time. The narrow boats were used to transport the limestone out to customers along the canal network. And Galton Bridge were built in 1829 by the great engineer Thomas Telford in 17. So he was born 1757, died 1834. Foster Rastrick and Company in 1828. It was the first locomotive to be operated in the United States and one of the first locomotives to operate outside of Britain. Which is on the far back of the church, and you'll find the far back of the church is always beautiful stained glass windows. Hello everybody, how are you all doing? It's the Midlands Outdoors, back with Exploring the Black Country. Another episode today that I've wanted to film is the Wren's Nest Nature Reserve. So we are going to be heading there, but we are starting by the Dudley Canal portal, which is right here, which goes under the limestone mines and into the sinking cavern. Got a wide range of history here to show you, so let's have a quick look before we head there. This is quite interesting. So yeah, there is a range of information here, so whether you can read that. So the first one is the sinking cavern which we got there. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read that. You've got little tests. Now here's the mine complex system. You can see where the mine actually goes in through that tunnel, comes through to two basins, Shirtsmill and Castlemill Basin, and it's got different link-offs which you can just see right here, right now. Now, going back years and years ago, I do know going through there used to be like an old entrance what used to meet up to there, but I don't know where that actually ended up to. I think there was another cavern, but it got blocked off, which you can just see there right now. Look, you've got the sinking cavern which is right the way there, and it obviously carries on. You've got the Dudley tunnel which carries on up there, look, and this is the interesting one, the Wren's Nest tunnel, which goes from there all the way to the Wren's Nest where the Seven Sisters mines is. This is where we're going to be heading today, so it is going to be an interesting little trip. You never know, we might find some open mine tunnels. I have heard people say there is actually some little things over there which we will take a look at. So you've got the Lord Ward's tunnel, built in the 1770s, a private branch canal. So this is there, tipped into a new limestone mine at Castlemill. That's quite cool, and you can just see there different pieces there, look, with the different mines, legging. Obviously you have to leg back in them days to get all the way through. And the 1984 tunnel. So you can just see, even in this area there is much history, so I thought I would have showed you this first. But where we're going now is cutting through there, up to Castlemill Woods, and then to Bluebell. I think it's Bluebell Park we're heading first. So here we are, we've made it to Bluebell Park. It was only a short stroll actually, past an hour's estate out of Castlemill Woods. And now this lovely park I've never been before. But this is actually part of the Wren's Nest by the side of it, where there actually used to be caverns over here. And I believe there was caverns such as the Cathedral cavern. Now all these were actually filled in with sand because underneath us right now was very unstable. There is a YouTube video online somewhere what I found, where you can see some people going down like a capsule underground, and you can see them like film bits underground what it was actually like. Went straight down the drop. It was like very I'd say like very thin, like a rectangle going straight down into like a canal basin thing. It is quite interesting, so if you do find that, go and watch that. It is quite cool. I think we're going to head straight up, which should take us right up to the Wren's Nest, past these little cavern things. But I will tell you some history when I get to the Wren's Nest. There's loads of history over here, and we've got the fossils which we will talk about more later in the video. But that'll probably be after I get to the Seven Sisters, because down by the Seven Sisters is an interesting part that I do want to show you. So let's just keep moving, we haven't got too long to go to get some of these mining parts. So right, this is quite interesting actually, guys. Look at the rock formation, how it's like going up in a slope. Now I believe this is actually the beginning where there would have been many years ago caverns. Look at the rocks up there. So I believe you possibly could find fossils up here. Look at that wall. I mean, up there, that bank is just so steep, it goes right the way up. Where the wren's nest is right the way at the back of there. But look at this. Looks promising. Got a mining, it's like a bit of a mining trail there. That's the walk what they do. You can walk that, it goes past the Seven Sisters. So I will come back up there, but I think it's really steep up. So I'll walk down here, see where this actually takes us. But wow, look how steep that is though, going right the way up. It's quite cool. So right, I think this actually comes to a dead end, everybody. Now just onto this corner here, I believe there is like a bit of a cavern side here. This is actually known as the cathedral cavern into here, I believe. What's blocked off, it would have gone down to a massive drop, but I don't think you can get into there. No, you can't, it's just completely fenced off. But right the way into there would be a big cavern, everyone. So I found something so far, but it's getting up to there to see if there's anything to go through. But I did find up Castle Hill something like this, and I was able to get inside it. There was a bar missing, but you probably got no chance on some place like this. It's constantly maintained 24/7 to secure it, because whether there's any drops into there. I mean, caverns are really dangerous. Let's go and see where this actually leads to. I love a bit of exploration. Okay everybody, not every day do you see something like this. Okay. You're telling me that they think this is secure? I don't think it is anymore. Right. I don't know whether this is the bit what I've been over before, but it's strange why there's a gate on there. That's what doesn't make sense. Just be a bit careful. But comes like an opening down there. I mean, I would advise you guys not to try things what I'm doing, because it can be dangerous. I don't recommend it, but I'm just attempting these steps because I know I've been over here before, but I want to have a good scour this time. Right, there's one bit here, there is something there, so something right under here is massive. Now have a listen to this. Hello? Hello? You can hear it. Now if I find something to put down, look at this rock, watch when it hits the bottom, guys. Hit right to the bottom. So it goes right the way down. There is a big massive cavern under here. Now is this the cathedral cavern? You see pipe work. Might be flooded under here, I don't really know, because there is this. And that's leading somewhere, pumping, would pump something out. But that is really quite cool. So I don't know whether there would have been like an old entrance over here many years ago as well. But that is really awesome. Don't think there's nothing else over here. Apart from a big steep hill, we'll have a quick look around this corner. Nah, absolutely nothing, everyone. Just a dead end. But it was worth a look, but it is really steep up to there. But that is quite cool seeing that. So there's your little air things going down. But I was wondering where this pipe is actually running to, running somewhere. So here we are, everybody, the Wren's Nest Nature Reserve. So before we get into there, it does say 428 million years ago, this area was the seabed of a tropical sea, full of life and creatures, not too dissimilar to what of today. These animals have been perfectly preserved, making Wren's Nest one of the best sites within the UK to find fossils from the Silurian period. So basically this place, there's that many fossils over here, and you can find tons. You can just see there, fossils have been found there. You got the Dudley bug, and you can just see some examples of some at the bottom. Look, really cool. Look at those. It's quite amazing to find these, so we're going to come to this in a little bit, but let's go and make our way now into the Wren's Nest. As I can see, just by the side here is actually some little mining stuff. Right, there's a big wall going right the way up, so I'm going to have a look what this is. Wow, look at the size of this wall here. It's quite of a big one. Look at that. Bet you there's loads of fossils in there, there's definitely got to be. If you look very carefully. Right, here we are, we've made it. We're at the Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters are right the way at the top up the 99 steps, as they call it back in the days. My dad used to call it the 99 steps. Many of the locals might have called it the 99 steps as well. And those are just right around that corner, leading right the way up to the Seven Sisters caverns. But this site is just absolutely insane. It's just full of rock, sort of big mounds of it. Right the way there is inside that rock at the moment is the big massive caverns what go right the way underground and lead to a canal basin which leads all the way back to Castle Mill Basin. Right, so there is here telling you about fossils and what you can find here. Let's turn around and we'll quickly show you. So there's even more on fossils. You see fossil findings. You've got the different names of some of these fossils what you can find. If I zoom in to show you, you can just see there the name of that. Zoom in, you can just see some of the different names. Look, there is just absolutely so many. So imagine all this site 428 million years ago being under the sea. It's just insane. The area was formerly quarried and mined for 2 thick layers of pure limestone. This ceased in 1925 and the site was abandoned. Since this time, much of the site has been re-vegetated naturally and to create a green geological haven and recreational area, enjoyed by local residents and visitors. The old rock faces of the quarries provide a unique outdoor teaching facility, a field for geological and geology research, and a number of geological trails have been established at the 100-acre site since 1956. Much of the site definitive section through much of the Wren limestone formation of Britain, which are exceptional rich in marine invertebrate fossils which can be found here at the Wren's Nest. The site has a long and very important social history. This includes being the birthplace of Abraham Darby, the so-called father of the Industrial Revolution. Important associations with visiting scientists such as Roderick Murchison and his defying work, the Silurian system, published in 1839, and which 65% of the Wren fossils illustrated were from Dudley. And the limestone mining industries, features of which included mine entrances, occur on the site. So we're going to be taking a look at the Seven Sisters cavern entrances which have been filled in at the moment. They are quite interesting to see from where the stand is, where you're looking down. There is a bit of information and also a bit of history based on the limestone mines itself. So let's go and make our way up the 99 steps right the way up there, and let's go and get to the Seven Sisters caverns. So yeah, this is one backdoor entrance into the Seven Sisters caverns. It will go down into a slight drop and then go flat with loads of pillars onto that side with entrances coming in and out. Now the mine would have gone straight down into a dip like that and then straight down into the canal tunnels, where that will then lead all the way back to the Castle Basin through that network. But it is a vast site. I mean, if I zoom in, it has been filled back in. Going back a while ago, there was actually an entrance you could actually get into the Seven Sisters caverns, but now they've filled it in. Somebody on YouTube got access into there. I don't know how they got into there at all, because it is completely gated off. But down there on the right, if I zoom in to show you where it is, you can just see, if I point, there's a bit of like ivy growing over that and a bit of thorns. That will go down into a shaft that goes right the way down underground. It is a big shaft drop, but that will go down into the mines itself, so it would go pretty far. It's a real shame though, when you look at the Seven Sisters, you think, wow, it's just a really important site. You can imagine back in the old days when those were open to the public to go down. It's just crazy. And you look at today and now it's been filled in. It's much of a shame, but I can imagine it's really dangerous into there. But they are really interesting. I would love to imagine what was down there though. They've been quite cool. But as you can just see there, look how much rock is on the side of that wall there. And how it drops all the way down, look. But wow, look at that. And you know how far it stretches down there. The mine entrance is going right the way in. Even one there, look. Wow, really interesting to see that. And we've got the sign here, Seven Sisters Mining and Industrial Heritage. So we can see here, if we zoom in just to show a bit of information, It says underground limestone mine began at the Seven Sisters around 1750. A tunnel which linked deeper levels of the mines at the Seven Sisters was started by Lord Ward in 1775, and there are still a vast number of tunnels which run beneath your feet, reaching some 100 metres down to a canal basin. The basin is big enough to hold 21 boats at the same time. The narrow boats were used to transport the limestone out to customers along the canal network. It was a very valuable commodity and used primarily in the iron industry as a flux. The Seven Sisters was mined using the pillar and store method. Pillars of rock were left to hold the roof up, whilst limestone was extracted from the stalls in between. At its peak, in about 1850, up to 90,000 tonnes of limestone were removed annually, creating a huge dark caverns beneath the surface. When the mine was abandoned and seized in 1924, these pillars were robbed and thinned by last gasp of activity, which weakened the mine over time and caused some of the mine to collapse. The Wren's Nest mine, circa 1920. Look at the photo. Can just see there a wheel. Look, the wheel would have brought stuff out, I believe, similar to like most other mines, especially slate mines have those. Seven Sisters etching circa 1850. Look at the horses bringing stuff out from those caverns. Wow, that is really quite cool. So that photo there is what it would actually look like within the Seven Sisters mine. Really fantastic. You can just see that there is the back bit which I showed you going right the way up, and that is actually the Wren's Nest canal basin. There 1958, someone's gone down on a boat to take a look. It probably still looks like that today down there, but the only way you're going to get access to get into there is from the Dudley limestone mines, if they ever do open it up to the public, which is a possible chance. It may never happen, I don't know. So it says there, recent memories of the Wren's Nest. It says, when I was at school in the 1950s, the lads always talked about a great big bottom lakes, bottomless pits and underground caverns that disappeared off into the distance. This really stirred my imagination as I had visions of Jules Verne's adventures of the Descent of the Earth. So you can just see, imagine how many people come down to here. Well, it's not that. These mines do bring a lot of history to the locals. I mean, people who used to live on the back estates, they used to come down here, play as kids. My dad was one of them. He used to come up here loads of times, play in the caverns. And he told me how dangerous it was, and he told me stories. Also, another family member, Claire, used to play down there with him, down in these mines. Just imagine what it would have been like. I bet it was dark. I bet they'll go far underground. But it's strange why there was open then and today they're filled in, which you'd think if they left them unfilled and put the gate here to stop people from going through them so you could just see down them, that would be quite cool. But it's nice to hear people's stories on this place. You can imagine, the times when this was actually worked, imagine what went on, how they brought that stuff out from these caverns. It is really fascinating. I really find it interesting. But yeah, that's the Seven Sisters, everyone. Really cool. You can just see the columns one more time looking down. Absolutely amazing. Right, so that's pretty much the Seven Sisters covered. I hope you've enjoyed that. But we are going to be heading off now to find some more interesting things. Let's go and see what else we can find, and we'll have another little adventure. So yeah, I've been having a scour. There was a gate, and I believe that gate takes you to where an old cavern system was, and I believe that it could be open, but it's actually locked, and it's like a path going up to it. So when I was looking on Google Maps, you can see like little entrances in, and it don't look like they've been filled, but I don't think you can actually get over to those, so that's pretty much a miss today. But there might be other ways I can have a quick look. I'm going to see one right now. See if this actually will give us a view or something. Right, there's one, guys, but you cannot get down there. There's a cavern right away there, and I think it is actually open, but you can't get to it. There's no way. It's been absolutely Fort Knoxed completely. And I don't think there is a way to get down for them steps. It's a shame. Oh, no, I don't think there is a way to get down there because I think this goes back now to somewhere else. But there is more stuff here, you can see there. Look at this. Got some more like little cavern things there, look. More things in the Seven Sisters mines. And you can see another photo there, look at that. And pushing like mine carts, look. Wow. And you got Roderick Murchison just right there. During the 18th and 19th century. Wow. Wow, that is steep. Look at this. That is a big drop down there. I've just come past some random path. Wow, you can just see up there Dudley Castle. Just in the distance, Turner's Hill. That's a big drop. I'm just looking to see if there's any ways that go down to that mine lot bit. Now it looks promising because there is a path here. Just being a bit careful though, because it is really so thin and it drops down. Where the hell is this going? So right, I've just found something. This is pretty cool. Look what I've just found. Right, now it ain't an entrance in, but I've just found like a little gap going right around there, possibly infilled. So this looks like it would have been part of the mine itself. Just gonna watch it because I'm getting not all dirty off this. Well, this is where you would probably find fossils now, because you can just see all the bricks up there, look. But this is a shame, it's been filled and it's been gated. You can't get over there. That's where that mine bit was. There's obviously no way. Can't see anything at all. Yeah, but I just had a look. I went through that bit where I just led me right the way up. It was quite dangerous, so I followed the fence line, kept going. I could see a bit of the cavern, but then it disappeared because it went behind the hill. I don't bother getting any photos or videos because I was holding onto the fence to walk right way back up. Now it has put me back on this path, back in a loop. So whatever's in there is quite interesting. Definitely an old cavern system. So it's put me back this way. So what I'm going to do is going to head down the steps, down the bottom of the wren's nest now, and try and go around, see if there's anything around there. But that was quite cool seeing that. So yeah, I'm just walking across the side of the wren's nest now to see if this will actually bring us on the opposite path. Now there is some more things down to here. We've got lime kilns, other little bits and things. But hopefully we can find these ones because those hold much history once more. So I should be coming to the back end of that like, little cavern part what I tried to get across. Yeah, just up here. So I know back in the old days these were pretty much really not filled in because you see there, risk of death, mine unstable. So you used to be able to walk right straight into it. But now there's just no chance. It's properly been all gated off, you can't get over there. There's a gate here, look. Been completely sealed. Yeah, proper sealed that one is. Oh, just come across a cat. That's got darted right way down in that drop. Actually, there's a drop down there. Oh wow, what's down here? Big, massive drop. It goes down like that, look. That's quite cool. Seeing what's down here. Wow. You see that it's like a brick wall there, it goes like round. Right, let's go back to the other part. Wonder what that was. You can see there. There's where the lime kilns are down there then. Yeah, there's another one. There's quite a few from that area. But I think I'm going to have to get down onto that estate, I think. But I don't know whether there's any access, whether it's public or... Right, here I am. Oh wow. Abandoned cottage, look at that. That is so cool. Proper really old and derelict. Didn't expect to find an abandoned building on here. It's crazy. There's the lime kilns. Got that one there. And that just goes in. It doesn't lead nowhere. It just comes like a little kiln inside. But there should be some dates. I think there is a date on somewhere. Whether it's just completely overgrown to it. There's another one around here. But that one is just completely overgrown. It's just absolutely crazy. Look at that. Insane. But to see that though, I didn't expect to find a building on here. That's crazy. So right, that's pretty much the wren's nest covered. It's been an interesting trip. Now the final thing is finding fossils. So whether I can zoom in to show you, just right there where I'm pointing, just right there, look, there's actually a fossil. Look at that. It's like some sort of like shell. Caved right around the middle of that. There's one. You can just see there is another one there. Zoom in. Just right the way there, look. See there. I'm not bringing these over me because I have brought some back in the past. There's so much you can just keep looking at. This one's absolutely filled, full of fossils. There's quite a few in the middle, a few there. Look what I'm pointing to. Not able to see them, like little shell things. But I'm trying to find this something really interesting. You can see in the wall here, look. I don't know if I to see anything onto the wall. Trying to spot them. I bet there's loads within that. Anything here? No. You basically got to look on the big rocks like these. Oh wow, look at that one. Look at this one, guys. Zoom out and in. See it, look at that there. See if I focus on it, you can just see it, look on the edge. It's like a shell. You see just the patterns into there. Wow. It is quite a cool hobby if you're into like stuff like this, and I'm pretty much like love doing it, but I just haven't really got the time because I've got to be elsewhere today. But that's it. It ain't a big place overall when you look at it, because I've just covered like from the Seven Sisters down, tried to look into that mine section. I can't believe the Seven Sisters has been refilled back in again because there was that hole on top. There is a person on YouTube, you Google wren's nest, someone's actually got into the Seven Sisters caverns not long ago. It was actually standing within to there in part of it, because most of it's been filled in with rock, but where that hole is in top, that's what I was looking for, but you can't get into there, it's just completely been gated off. But it's a lovely place overall. And so yeah, if you're into your geological things, you know, like with the rocks, with the fossils, definitely come up here, come and bring your kids. It's definitely worth a check out. In the place by the Seven Sisters, it's just full of rock. You've got dips, bits and pieces here, look what I'm pointing to. There is just so much, you can just spend hours, probably an entire day up here. But that's it for me now, I'm completely done. I'm gonna head home now. Probably going to take me a little bit to get back. I might get a bus back to Dudley town centre from here. There is a bus, I think. But wow, I can't believe I've actually covered all this already. But the lime kilns were in kind of a strange place. I didn't expect to find the lime kilns where there was. I thought the lime kilns would have been further up into here somewhere. But it's a shame they've been gated off. I know years ago you could just look right into them and go straight up to them. But I think there was a YouTuber called the Black Country Walker. He subscribed to me. He's actually been there and they're actually completely open. But that cottage though, from time to time when I've seen it on YouTube, I've just thought, wow, it's just kind of strange to see it's like completely like the way it is now. The windows are smashed, curtains are hanging out. It definitely looks like a miner's cottage, definitely 100% does, especially having the lime kilns next to it. But yeah, fantastic trip, and I will see you again soon. Stay tuned for the next episode and series. We're moving into series 2 soon for the Exploring the Black Country. Hope you've enjoyed it so far, and there's much more to come. Got some churches to cover, much more of the area. But yeah, see you soon and take care everybody.